We entered Friday night with 5 teams left in the playoffs, and we ended Friday night with 2 of them losing, and they'll be staying at home. Find out who coming up now on the Gridiron Central Scoreboard Show. Welcome to the Gridiron Central Scoreboard Show. I'm your host, Jim Alred. I teased you saying the 2 teams are out, 3 teams remain in. Start with the scores. Calhoun 31, Greater Atlanta Christian 30. You heard me right, a very close game. Calhoun actually trailed by a good bit early in the first half, rallied. Late field goal wins it. GAC actually had a chance to win it late. Guess what? They missed their field goal. Calhoun made their field goal. Yellow Jackets advance on. That is like their 19th or 20th straight home playoff win. Can't remember the numbers. We'll have to check those out later. Calhoun advances to play Benedictine. There will be a coin flip Saturday morning to find out whether the Jackets are on the road all the way in Savannah or whether they get to be home the day after Thanksgiving, next Friday. We'll find out that, obviously, tomorrow. Darlington in the first round of the Class A private school playoffs, 41, Christian Heritage 17. Remember, this is a rematch of a game earlier this season. The Tigers had to score with less than a minute left to win. Guess what? The Tigers didn't have to do that this time. We don't have the highlights from this show, from this game in this show, but you can go online at Prep Central. I was there shooting it. You can see those highlights at PrepCentralOnline.com. Darlington, with that win, advances to the second round. They will play Eagles Landing Christian Academy next Friday in McDonough. Eagles Landing, the number 1 ranked team, talking to Tommy Atha about it after the game, saying, look, Eagles Landing is Eagles Landing. We're going to go in there. We're going to do what we're going to do. And he said, hey, if you want to win a state championship, it goes through ELCA. Well, they'll find out next week if they have what it takes to win a state championship, because they're going to have to go through ELCA to do it. Irwin County 49, Tryon 26. The Bulldogs, one of our 2 teams that are now out of the playoffs that I talked about. The Bulldogs kept this game close. Irwin County pulled away late. Tryon came in as a number 13 or number 14 seed in the playoffs. A tough year for Tryon. They had good success, but just not enough. Finish year 5-5. Irwin County moves on in the playoffs. Ringgold 37, Cedar Grove 12. The Tigers, who had never won a high school football playoff game until last week, have now won 2. They also get a rematch. Earlier in the year, Central Carrollton rallied late to beat Ringgold. Central Carrollton tonight beat Appling County to advance to play Ringgold. There will be a coin flip between the 2 teams to see where the game will be, Central Carrollton or at Ringgold. Either way, they're not that far away from each other. The key thing here is the Tigers barely lost to Central Carrollton last time. Ringgold is in phenomenal shape to possibly reach the semifinals of the Class AAA playoffs. Kudos to Ringgold. What about their region running mate, Cartersville? Guess what? The Purple Hurricanes are out. St. Pius 31, Cartersville 19. Cartersville had a really tough game last week. Barely edged West Hall this week. St. Pius was all over them. Cartersville didn't really have what you consider to be a tough schedule this year. Because of that, that might have been a key thing for them. Cartersville, who made the state semis last year, falling to Buford in a classic game out in the second round this year. So, what do we know right now? 3 teams remaining: Darlington, Calhoun, and Ringgold. After the commercial break, we'll show you highlights from that classic Calhoun Greater Atlanta Christian game. Stick around.
Begin your future at Georgia Northwestern Technical College. We offer degrees, diplomas, and certificates in over 200 programs of study. Choose a career in business, health, industrial, or public service. With the flexibility of day, evening, and online classes at any of our 5 campus locations, getting your education at GNTC has never been more convenient. There are many financial aid options available, including student loans. Apply now. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Your college, your town, your future.
Coming into tonight's game, Calhoun had won 19 straight home playoff games. The last team to beat Calhoun in the playoffs at home, Greater Atlanta Christian. Who'd Calhoun play tonight? Greater Atlanta Christian. Here are the highlights.
I told them that's that's one of the greatest wins we've had here at Calhoun. To be down 24-7, we could have laid over and rolled over and died and quit. But there's too much to this football team, and this football team means a lot to this community. And we talked about that all week. And I'm so proud of these kids. It's been a
Begin your future at Georgia Northwestern Technical College. We offer degrees, diplomas, and certificates in over 200 programs of study. Choose a career in business, health, industrial, or public service. With the flexibility of day, evening, and online classes at any of our 5 campus locations, getting your education at GNTC has never been more convenient. There are many financial aid options available, including student loans. Apply now. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Your college, your town, your future.
This is the time of the show when we talk about my takeaways. When we have 10 to 15 to 20 teams playing, it's easy to get 5 takeaways. When you have 5 teams playing, not so much. We start with Calhoun. Look, we've said it all year. Calhoun, this does not look like your typical Calhoun team. They're not winning by huge numbers. The offense, again, does not seem to be hitting on all cylinders. Defense is pretty good, but yet, Calhoun at home almost gave this one away. Look, Calhoun keeps finding ways to win. That's what good teams do. Next week against Benedictine, they're going to have to do it again. That's a very good team they're going to play. If they get past them, possibly Lamar County down the road, another very good team. Look, there is no easy road for Calhoun this year in the AA playoffs, but they keep finding ways to win. We'll see if the Jackets can do it the day after Thanksgiving. Darlington, Darlington hadn't won a home playoff game in 2 or 3 years. Christian Heritage comes in, thinking, we almost beat Darlington earlier in the year. We should beat them now. Darlington first play from scrimmage, touchdown. The Tigers played very good football. They basically just ran the ball at Christian Heritage all night and said, hey, try to stop us. Guess what? The Lions couldn't. Darlington runs all over them, 41-17. Can Darlington beat ELCA, Eagles Landing Christian Academy? I have no idea. That's a very good football team. Not saying Darlington isn't, because the Tigers are a good football team, but ELCA might be the odds-on favorite to win the state title. If Darlington wants to upset everybody and win a state title, you got to beat Eagles Landing. We'll find out next Friday. And finally, Ringgold. Well, not finally quite yet. Ringgold, the Tigers are having a phenomenal season. 2 losses so far this year, to Cartersville and to Central Carrollton. Guess what? They won't face Cartersville again. Cartersville already out of the playoffs. Central Carrollton, they get their rematch game against them next Friday night. Ringgold is good enough to beat Central Carrollton. Ringgold is good enough to reach the state semifinals. Great run for the Tigers. We'll see next Friday if that run will continue. And finally, we say goodbye to Tryon and Cartersville. Cartersville, a phenomenal 2-year run for them. Last year didn't lose until the semifinals. This year went undefeated until the second round of the state playoffs. Cartersville's had a great run. They're going to be moving up out of AAA for next year. Tryon had a good run last year, and Tryon made a game of it tonight, just couldn't quite get it. That's going to be it for Gridiron Central for this show. What I will tell you right now, there will be no preview show next week due to the Thanksgiving holidays, and there will be no Saturday scoreboard show due to the Thanksgiving holidays, but we will be back the following week with a preview show with whoever is left, and our scoreboard show again with whoever is left. For Kevin Myrick, I'm Jim Alred saying we'll see you on the sidelines.